Thanks, Leanne, and good morning to the viewers of Morning Live. You coming to us here live at Parliament in front of the National Assembly building. It's such a beautiful day today here in Cape Town. The sun is up and the skies are clear. We waiting as well as South African in anticipation for this evening when the President will be delivering the State of the Nation address. There are so many preparations that goes around with that, as we know that this year's SONA for the second time is going to be at the City Hall and not here at Parliament. The City Hall has been declared the parliamentary precinct. But to talk to us more about that, Leanne, I am joined by the Secretary to the National Assembly, Masibulele Xaso. Good morning, Mr. Xaso.
Good morning. Good morning to SABC viewers as well.
For the second time, SONA is being held at the City Hall. Take us through what happened.
Well, as we all know that our building, the NA Chamber building, was unfortunately destroyed by the fire on the 2nd and 3rd of January 2022. Yes. And so we don't have a chamber because that is where both houses of Parliament could meet. That is where the National Assembly could meet to conduct its business, and because of that we have had to find a place elsewhere. And of course there were interactions between our leadership, political leadership in the city of Cape Town. After having explored a number of possibilities around the city, then we settled on the City Hall, City of Cape Town, and of course that had to be declared in terms of the Powers and Privileges Act, because the Act gives Speaker of the National Assembly and the Chairperson joint control over the precincts of Parliament. So that place had to be declared a precinct of Parliament to enable Parliament to conduct its business there, and also the rules of Parliament to apply in that space. So that has been the case last year. Of course, it was during COVID, so we had a lesser number of members attending. We had to observe social distancing. And again, we are meeting there for this State of the Nation address. You would be aware that the medium-term budget policy statement was also held there at the City Hall, as well as the special sitting of the 13th of December, when we dealt with the Section 89 panel report. So we've been using that venue because we do not have a venue that is able to accommodate all the members here.
Okay. Talking about that, what are the challenges that may be? Is there anything different when SONA is being held here in the National Assembly and the City Hall?
Well, there are, of course, logistical challenges. I mean, immediately the issue that you encounter is equipment, ICT equipment for broadcasting, for instance. We have to hire those things. We had them installed here. The movement of members, obviously, from here to the hall. The hall was never designed for a sitting of a parliamentary session. So logistically, those are some of the challenges that we have to encounter. There may be various other challenges, but those are the key challenges. Your sitting arrangement, of course, the space, it's big enough to accommodate all the members, but I mean the arrangement, the configuration of the space was really never designed for like a session of Parliament.
And also your invited guests, because now, since it's the second time that SONA is out of the National Assembly, are you inviting the same number of people that you used to invite to come here, or the number has increased or decreased due to the challenges that you've mentioned earlier?
No, of course, we could not. The gallery there is smaller. I think it takes about just over 260 persons. But here, we could go up to 700 people in the gallery to invite. So definitely we had to invite a smaller number. Presiding officers had to invite a smaller number of people. Could only do that because of the limitations of space. Yeah.
Okay. And then because last year was a toned down event, This year, are we expecting to see pomp and ceremony and everything that goes with SONA?
Well, all I would say is that it's a full ceremony. You'll have a 21-gun salute. You'll have the national anthem. The ceremonial band, for instance, the military band will be playing, and then I've mentioned the salute already. So it is your SONA, which is called in terms of Section 84(2)(d) of the Constitution and Joint Rule 71, which really provide for the President to summon both the NA and the NCOP to a special sitting to conduct special business. So you will have everything that has to go with the level of such a sitting. So all I could say is that there will be full ceremony. There will be processions, for instance, because remember, this is one of those rare occasions where you have the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary come together. So you will have processions, for instance, of the judges. You'll have processions of the speakers of the provinces, provincial legislatures. You'll have processions of the premiers. You would also have, of course, the deputy president, that procession, together with the deputy presiding officers. Also, you'll have the presidential procession. So everything that has to accompany an occasion of this importance will be there today.
Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Xaso. Leanne, that was the Secretary to the National Assembly, Masibulele Xaso, telling us about what is expected in today's SONA. With that, back to you at the studio.